thank you, Justin. Sorry, I did the slash marker. This is a little segue for you, but thank you, Justin, for not crashing out on me when I took too long to get back in the kill box in 7 days Blood Moon. I really appreciate that. I tried to crawl through the whole... I was so slow. I also broke my legs falling off of a silo. You know what, that game, it really does... I imagine that's what my colonists felt like in RimWorld, when it was like an alien infestation has been discovered, and they were like, well, okay, well, we got like a shanty town here, like we're living in a dang Hooverville. This room is not fair. This room is not fair with base damage, man. That's not a fair room. Okay, we're moving on. Any major dude will tell you. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? I'm back. I'm getting back into yap mode. After a collaboration. What we got going on today? Good question, man. Good question. I'm thinking after the stream, maybe get some lunch. My daughter's in school a little later today. What I'm gonna do after lunch? I got some stuff on the to-do list. I ain't gonna lie to you. We get that later. Big one. Little free time in the afternoon. For a beast like me means let's get those sheets off the bed. Put them in the washing machine and put fresh sheets on the bed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's been 2.5 to 3 weeks since we've changed the sheets. We've just been busy lately. And I've been doing the thing, because right now we're on white linens. Hold. So the white pillowcase, girls don't get it, man. If you're a guy, the white pillowcase turns yellow like in 1 to 2 sleeps. So I do the thing where I walk in and I go, ew, and then I flip over the pillowcase and the other side isn't as yellow. So then I sleep on that for a couple nights, and then one day I'll go in and go, ew, and then like that one's not good either, so I flip it over. You just keep flipping it over until both sides are yellow, and I'm like, oh, we gotta make some time. Stop pissing on your pillowcase. I'm a sweaty sleeper, Apollo. I don't know what to tell you. You probably would be too if your wife kept the thermostat at like 76 degrees Fahrenheit. If I had complete control of the thermostat, it might be a different situation, but I'm getting bullied off the thermostat a little bit here. You gotta make do, man. 76 crazy work? I'm telling you, man, ladies don't get it. They don't get it. Hang on, don't hit me with one of the big bullets. Also, Apollo, hello, welcome. Did you watch us play 7 Days Blood Moon? Could be the vibe. We could pivot off of Lego Party. How are you wearing that one? It's 76? Well, I guess I got used to it over time. Huge. Black bean. That's a big one. This run's not too bad, actually. 62 in a blanket. Okay, 62 is like sleeping inside of an igloo. I'm a cool sleeper as well, but 62 is unbelievable. That's like sleeping in Antarctica. What's 62? 62 is like 16. You divide by, or you subtract 30 and then divide by 2 for a heuristic, but that is kind of like sleeping outside. It's a little bit like sleeping outdoors in the springtime, which is something people do, but usually they're pretty excited to get home when the camping trip's done. $62 to $64 is ideal. Oh wow, who said that? A scientist with a podcast? I do not give a fuck, to be honest with you. Hi, I'm a serious scientist. Oh, what's your field of study? The ideal temperature to sleep at. Sorry, we got real problems to solve. I'm not that interested in anything that person has to say. That doesn't seem like real science to me. That seems like Facebook science. That is a real problem, not a real problem. If I can sleep in 76 with a full fucking body full of fur, you can make it work no matter what, man. I'm telling you. I just don't like being too hot. Okay, then turn the shit down. You don't need Andrew Huberman to tell you what temperature to set your thermostat at. Does he hold for your cock for you when you go piss too? Oh, the ideal angle for piss to leave the fucking urethra is who gives a fuck, man? That shit is instinctual. Just piss in the toilet. I wish. He's got his hands full, I heard. Can you... I got Epiphora, so if you could just get below me so I could keep shooting really quickly, that would be nice. What is this sound, man? No, I'm sorry. I'm not deviating from shooting downwards. It's just not gonna happen. I can't go for that. No can do. Pissing me off? Am I pissing you off? By the way, I'm fighting this guy. I've been kind of insane at Isaac today, Apollo. You should be careful, okay? Because I'm on one today in this game. I've been doing some crazy plays. Miss the circus music? You and me both, pal. You and me both. I was a heavy tears down, I'll tell you that. You don't need the stat screen to know that that is a tears down. Actually, I should be nice to Apollo. Apollo's a Gungeon head. Apollo knows what's up in Gungeon. And Gungeon is basically Isaac. I'm not going to the curse room. Too scary. But I am going in here. Yeah. Oh, what does this guy do again? Nobody knows. You had the legal freedom to blast one song on stream, what would it be? I'm thinking TNT by AC/DC. Imagine beating The Haunt and then hitting them with the count, oi, down. Hear me right up on the sunset on your color TV screen. That would be people would be going crazy for that. The classic rock streamer. The man is back in town. Don't you mess around. They did used to say the TV had color back then, Apollo. It's true. Sometimes you'll still drive by a hotel and it'll be like color TV. Ice machine. Five-hour 80s rock stream. Could be the play, man. Could be the play. Just keep it going, man. Just keep shooting in this direction. This run does not have the sauce right now, I'll tell you that. Youch! Joke's on you, you shot me and I farted, which is actually more damage than my tears. Isaac kinda got that shit on, though. He looks like, I mean, if he pulled his cock out, he'd look like a normal dude from Hereditary. You ever see that, Apollo? You ever see Hereditary? Great movie. Could be one for the Letterboxd collection. Question marks? You guys aren't real Hereditary heads, huh? That's not in the movie? Yeah, it's in the movie. It's in the attic close to the end of the movie. I watched Flow last night. Cute cat. I've been meaning to watch that, but I try not to watch children's movies like... I didn't... So that just slipped out. I didn't mean it as an insult. I try not to watch movies that are aimed at a general audience on my own, unless I'm like really, really interested, because I could watch those with my child instead. It's like sometimes people will be like, you've got to see Up. And I'm like, I hear that Up is really good, but there's no shot I'm going to make plans to watch Up when there's like at least an 80% chance I'm ambiently going to see the movie Up at some point in the next like 6 to 7 years. And I did that on purpose, just so you know. You haven't seen Up? I've not seen Up. I'm in that weird demographic where I wasn't a kid when it came out, and my kid is not old enough to watch it yet. assuming that there is any sort of conflict in the movie that happens at all. That's you being obstinate? Nope. No, it's not me being obstinate. It's not, I'm sorry to be the first person to tell you this, evidently. It's not obstinate to not watch a movie a stranger recommends to you. That's just like, you don't do shit that I tell you to do, ever. All of a sudden I gotta invest 2 hours just because you said it's good? Of course it's good. It's made by Pixar, 15 years ago. Watch The Pit? I might watch The Pit in F1. The Pit known as Bradley. Probably not though, because I think it's on Crave and my Crave subscription. I canceled it to watch sports instead. Not taking my media recommendations is obstinate. I can't imagine, man. You know what actually feels good in the modern day when media is so everywhere? It feels good to be the person to tell you you can skip something. I loved, like, I was telling a dad at a birthday party this weekend, I was like, yeah, I just watched the movie Dream Scenario. He went, how is it? I said, you don't have to see it. And he looked at me like thank you. That's the first time in a decade anyone has mentioned a piece of media without being like, you should watch it. You basically just gave me 2 hours of time. Thank you so much, you're a hero. It felt amazing, man. Every time someone says they're watching The Pit, I think about Brad Pitt. Yeah, my mom, my grandma, and my aunt were definitely watching The Pit in 1994 when they rented Legends of the Fall from Jumbo Video. You really thought I was gonna let that bomb blow me up? That's embarrassing, man. Who do you think you're watching right now? Monster Manuel? What a fucking joke. Yeah, dump it. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's incredible. Fuck you? No, fuck you! We already established! You guys give up on your runs too fast. You probably would have used your reroll in some fuck-ass situation. That's why you wouldn't have it available for that. Yeah, you would have been like, I gotta reroll Isaac's Jar of Tears. Buddy, that's not even what it's called, probably. You gotta remember, you're dealing with an old head here, man. The number of times, like, 14-year-olds on YouTube have said, why are his runs so good and mine are so bad? He gets so lucky. I've been dealing with those comments for like a century, man. Till the tip turns gray. Till the tip turns gray! I may not live to feel my glory, but I will gladly join the fight. And when my tip is looking gory, let's have another ass tonight. Let's have another... Apollo, you gotta do the next part. You gotta do the Hercules Mulligan part, okay? You should watch Hamilton, Apollo. I think you might be a Hamilton guy. I mean that complimentarily. Maybe that's a reason not to watch it in today's climate. I've seen it? Damn, what's your favorite song? I feel like you might be a Guns and Ships guy. A sucker for the Marquis de Lafayette's French accent. Do your best Gen Z stare? I'm still not 100% sure that I've ever seen the Gen Z stare in vivo. That's, where younger adults don't, you got me. They don't acknowledge that they're listening to you verbally while you're talking to them. They simply stare at you until it's their turn to talk. Fuck it, we ball. My teacher friends all agree it's real. Are there Gen Zs still getting taught, man? Aren't they like all 32 by now? Gen Z still in high school? I thought Gen Z were all like software engineers. I thought they were running the Department of Governmental Efficiency or something. We definitely do want that. Fuck it, we ball. Early to late 20s? Easy. I'll take the early 20s before the Great Depression. One of the easiest questions I've ever been asked in my life. 100% I'm going early 20s on that one, and then get me out. Next question, please. I think the alphas are doing it too, man. I mean, Gen Alpha's literally like 6. You can't really judge them too hard on their behavior. But fuck it. It's a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage to be like 17 and then start complaining about the younger generation, even though the younger generation is like 9. Which is really, really funny. You're both fucking stupid, bro. What do you want me to say? Gen X too, and Gen Z, and Boomers, and the greatest generation. And the silent generation. Millennials are the only good generation. You heard it here first. We killed smoking, bro. We killed smoking. We watched the Colbert Report. We fucking did it. I didn't know. I knew a few millennials who smoked for sure. It kind of blew my mind when I went to university and there were millennials who smoked. I was like, what's going on with that? At my high school, I was like, well, let's be honest. I went to an interesting high school, let's put it that way. Smoke what, man? The Morier 500s, dude. We definitely want this. Private high school? Nah, you got me confused. I went to a very, very public high school. If you want to rag on someone, Apollo did have a zoo in his high school. So if you want to get into that anti-private school rhetoric, you got that guy right there, the guy who had a zoo in his high school. What? It might not be a zoo, it might just have been some animals, but like... Yeah, like, I think, wasn't he told us a story, right? That was like, I have a tiger at my zoo? Or a tiger at my school or something like that? It was a college campus. That makes more sense, to be honest. Class zebra? Like roaches and rats? No, man, like exotic shit, like gazelles and fucking deeks and stuff like that. You're lying? I'm not lying, bro! I know I use big words. It's gonna blow you away. I learned them at public school, man. It's because I was reading Prince Caspian in like the 4th grade before I started playing a bunch of sports games. Don't I just fight bosses forever now? Yeah, he's the guy that they made We Bought a Zoo about. You got something for me? Thank you, sir. I was kind of crashing out of my own Discord, for which I apologize. I asked what was the good day at lunch, and then people, because they don't, listen, Discord, don't take offense to this too much, just say that's true. They don't go outside. So they have to, instead of just asking about the bit, they have to like theory craft the existence of the bit. So I said, what was the best lunch day at your school? And on Twitch, everyone was very normal about it. They were like, Friday, obviously. And then in my Discord, people were like, is this a Canadian thing? No. I've heard my Canadian friends talk about some days they would bring in like an outside restaurant that would come to your school and cater the lunches. Wow, he really, rich kid school. No, bro! On Fridays, the cafeteria put sour cream on the French fries. That's what the fuck it was, you fucking LARPer. What was the fucking good lunch day at your school? And then after that, tell me what was the fucking incident at your school? What we're all trying to wait and see what the fucking incident was at your school, man. We'd get breakfast pizza on Fridays. That's crazy, man. We had poutine on Wednesdays. By the way, that shit like continues into adulthood. I worked at a seniors... I don't even know what you describe it as, man. It wasn't really like an old folks home. It was like an enrichment center for old people. It was like Gymboree for the elderly. They had a cafeteria, and then on Fridays, every Friday they would do fish and chips, and you needed like reservations. The fish and chips day was like crazy. Well, I guess we're taking this. And to be fair, the fish and chips were decent, but the reason that you needed reservations is because the shit was all like subsidized so that people on a fixed income could afford it. So fish and chips day was $2.50, bro. I know you're saying that was 20 years ago. It was 17 years ago, for your information. And $2.50 was still a fucking steal back then. Fish and chips were going for like $8.99 at a restaurant back then. So for $2.50, that was a fucking bargain. Rest of the time, I was getting Italian wedding soup. And I was like, oh, the Italian wedding soup here is really good. Then one day I watched them make it. They just poured that shit out of a can of Campbell's and then heated it up. I was so naive, man. Well, I thought the old folks' home would have like a bespoke kitchen in the back doing some shit. I don't know what they were doing with the fish and chips. Were kind of going hard though. The wedding soup was goated. I mean, Campbell's Italian wedding soup is pretty good. It's got some little baby meatballs in it and stuff like that, but still, like, it was a betrayal on levels that no one's ever seen before. It's a retirement community, ma! I gotta see fucking Tony Soprano ordering from the hot dog guy that Chibli was watching yesterday. Hey, give me 2 dirty dogs, make it snappy. Why, you in a rush or something? Yeah, I'm in a rush. After this, I'm gonna go fuck your mother. What do you care? Give me the fucking hot dogs. Fuck! I wish I was from fucking New Jersey! God damn it! Why couldn't I be from fucking New Jersey? What do you got for me? Nobody knows what this shit does, man. Librarian, what does this shit do? Dude, you didn't even finish the show? First off, A, it's not going anywhere. Secondly, I don't want my Dawn to get old, okay? Fine, I'm taking this shit instead. Watching 1.5 seasons of The Sopranos. Excuse me, I was halfway through season 5. I must be loyal to my Don. You're not a real watcher. He must be loyal to his capo, bro. You're not a real watcher. Huge. This shit do. Librarian, what does this shit do? I'm bringing you back, man. How could you stop watching Tony Blundetto? Boy, are you fat. Boy, are you fat. Dude, you just say to me? What? It's a joke. It's all useless shit. Now you're getting it, Librarian. Now you're getting it. Can you explain what a capo is? It's like the dude just below the Don. One Don has many capos. And then below the capos are, well, every capo has one consigliere, which is like their second in command. The Don Explainer has logged on. And the henchmen that the capos have, they could be made men or they could not be made men. That's the other thing. They could not be made men is the other thing about it that's so interesting. How is the capo just under the Don if there's a consigliere? Well, it's like, have you seen Conclave? It's like there's cardinals under the Pope, but then also there's like one cardinal who's like vice Pope. His name is Rafe Fiennes. And he doesn't want to be the Pope. That's one of the crazy things about it. That's one of the things that makes the movie so interesting, is he doesn't want to be the Pope. I don't want it. He was like John Pope. I don't want it. Stanley Tucci said, fuck it, I'll throw my vote away. Boom. Give me one for Ralph Fiennes. Voting on day 17 of the conclave for Ralph Fiennes one last time. That night going back to the conclave for more votes for Ralph Fiennes. It's so crazy we're going to be at a 10 streak in Isaac, man. He was stirring the pot, and you're so real for saying that. Stanley Tucci loves to do that. He wrote a book about Italian cooking. It's true. It's true. By the way, first off, I teched your private school comment. Secondly, I'm teching your Sopranos churlishness. Because Chibley's always talking about being the Don. Buddy hasn't even seen one episode of The Sopranos. He's just constantly posting Christopher Moltisanti gifs in the Discord. He doesn't even know who Christopher Moltisanti is, man. He kind of, if I can be so bold, he kind of has it figured out. Christopher's the guy who's oftentimes messing stuff up, and James Gandolfini is Tony Soprano, who's, well, I wouldn't necessarily say he's fixing it. Oftentimes he's exploiting the chaos for his own advantage, but... Christopher, I need your help beating Ishin. Or were you supposed to be Drea De Matteo there? Christopher, I need your help beating Ishin. What's fuck off with this Sekiro shit? Why couldn't they have just made Dark Souls 4? I don't understand. What the fuck is this fucking stamina bar? Could be sick, man. Gotta master the parry system, T. You gotta use the Ichimonji to break his stamina bar, T. Just tell me what button the dodge roll is. There ain't no dodge roll in this one. T, you gotta stop jumping so much. The fuck you talking about? I'm dodging. You're not dodging, T, you're jumping. You take bonus damage in the air if you get hit. Could be fun. I don't know how long if the bit's got legs, to be honest with you, but... You play through Sekiro. Sekiro permadeath hardcore roguelite randomizer mod incoming. Sorry, I'm beefing with my Discord again. Hey, you don't like a game? Have you considered adding 17 mods to it to make it even worse? Could be better. You know what, Discord? You're on notice today. Except the Peloton community, you're innocent. Hashtag Twitch, hashtag YouTube, you're on notice today. Misk, I don't know what goes on in there. And r/Uma Masume, I might not agree with you, but I've defended the death of your right to say it, okay? Now we're fucking talking. Apollo, you still here? The subreddit is even better. The Uma Masume subreddit? I went to try to see what the patch notes were all about, and it's just pictures of real horses, bro. He broke out of the library pool? Bro, I invented breaking out of the library pool! What are you talking about? I might be one of the first guys that ever did that. You lucky fuck. What? I have a D6 and I've gone to like 8 libraries. What are you talking about? Like I went to r/Uma Masume yesterday to see the patch notes, and the top post was like a reminder about social media rules surrounding Goldship. And they weren't even talking about like fan drawings of the horse. It was like if you're going to Japan to visit the horse, you're not allowed to post pictures of the horse on social media. And I was like, why is this the top post of the day on the game subreddit, man? Like, what are we doing? That doesn't seem... And then people are posting stuff like, yes, oftentimes people stop and they forget that the horses are like real beings and they should be respectful to them. And I'm like, no, man, it's not. I didn't forget that at all. I'm just here to figure out if I need to train guts, man. I'm just here to figure out if I need to train guts. I am not going to Okinawa to visit Gold Ship. I got irons in the fire here. Why not? Because I can't post my pictures on social media because the horse wants her privacy, I guess. His? Fuck, I misgendered Gold Ship. Fuck. We're going. The game misgendered him? Excuse me, that's called a gender swap. That's a different thing. They should do, instead of Yankee swap at Christmas, they should do gender swap. The first person picks a gender, and then the next person... Wait, this is too close to being like an actual like Fox News bit. But because I'm doing it without hate in my heart, it's okay. The next person can choose if they want to yoink the gender of the previous person who went, or if they want to select a random gender from the pool in the middle, and they don't know what it is yet. And the trick is, you want to get you want to get the gender that has the iPod, I think. You want to get the gender with the iPod. Yes, dude. Office reference. Yes. I actually had to explain Pride to my daughter. Because one day she, and by the way, I'm saying this is a good thing. I'm not saying this is society gone crazy. Then the kids do this, they spring the questions on you like in the car when you're like a minute away from school. So like we had read a story the night before that used pride in like the other sense of the word, you know, like to have self-esteem or something like that, to have a high opinion of oneself. So I explained that definition to her. And then she was like, but what's pride? This is the next day. What's pride with like the rainbow flag? And I said, well, that pride, I was trying to think about like, because without having to establish like 100 definitions for my 5-year-old, I was like, well, you know how you have like a mommy and a daddy? That's because mommy and daddy love each other. And sometimes boys love girls, and sometimes boys love boys, and sometimes boys love boys and girls, and sometimes boys love everyone, and sometimes boys love no one. And the same is true for girls. Sometimes girls love boys, and sometimes girls love girls, and sometimes girls love everyone, and sometimes girls love no one. And the reason we have pride is because a long time ago, people weren't nice about that. They were like, no, boys have to love girls, and girls have to love boys. I am kind of blur posting. So we celebrate pride to be like, everybody should be happy loving whoever they want to love. And I was like, do you get it? And then by the time I had finished, she was like already talking about Perry Grip or something like that. But I was like, damn, I hit that. I fucking hit that shit like crazy. Bro said long time. She's literally 5 years old, bro. Like 2024 is a long time ago to her. That's 20% of her fucking lifespan. True, true. I got called a slur this morning. Okay, was it my kid? Don't put that shit. Why are you acting? You're acting like it's my fault. I didn't have anything to do with that shit. Unless it was my child, why are you putting that shit on me? That doesn't make any damn sense. That's crazy. You ain't on woke bar rescue, bro. I'm on your side. That's insane. You lost. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm Republican now. You pissed me off. You pissed me off now. I'm Republican. And it's an election day, I think. Which way were you guys voting on Prop 50 in California? What the fuck, man? You pissed me off one too many times. I'm sorry. I'm gonna change my... I'm changing my whole motion up for this shit. Pissing me off. You're Canadian? Yeah, on paper. I don't think Diebold needs to know that. That's right, I know the name of the company that makes the fucking voting machines in your fucking country. Why? Because I thought that one day it might make the joke that I'm about to make even funnier. They're Dominion now? Motherfucker! That was pretty good, though. We made it, man.